demografia i migracja. To są dwa problemy, które są nierozerwalnie ze sobą związane. One są często od siebie separowane, my musimy je rozpatrywać łącznie. Jeżeli nie znajdziemy sposobu w naszym życiu narodowym na odbudowę demografii, nie znajdziemy też sposobu na odrzucenie presji masowej imigracji. Presja masowej imigracji i przyjęcia imigracjonizmu jako dominującego modelu polityki społecznej jest w zasadzie w tej chwili uzasadniana zapaścią demograficzną. Rozwiązując jeden problem, rozwiązujemy drugi. Nie ma, proszę Państwa, w tej chwili kogoś mądrego, kto powiedziałby, jak rozwiązać problem demograficzny. Ale musimy sformułować to jako nasz cel. To jest nasz cel. Nie możemy pogrążyć się jako naród w fatalizmie polegającym na tym, że naszym losem jest wymierać. Naszym losem jest się zestarzeć, wymrzeć, oddać swoją ziemię innym i zostać zastąpionym.
What if the very foundation of a nation, its families, began to crumble? What if a country known for its resilience and deep-rooted traditions found itself on the edge of a demographic cliff? This isn't a theory. It's happening right now. In Poland, the number of new births have fallen to a post-war record low. And it's not just a blip. It's a crisis decades in the making. But today, something has fundamentally changed. The very heart of this nation is beating slower. The numbers tell a stark story. Poland's fertility rate, the average number of children a woman has, is now at a new record low of 1.099. To keep a population stable, that number needs to be around 2.1. So for the last 12 years, Poland has been in a state of natural population decline, where more people are dying than are being born. Before we dive into the reasons, I want to hear from you. Have you seen similar trends in your own country or where you live? Let me know in the comments below. So, why is this happening? On the surface is a simple question with a devastatingly complex answer. The first and most powerful force at play is a simple economic calculation. For many young Poles, the cost of a child is simply too high. A recent study estimated that raising a single child to the age of 18 costs over 346,000 Polish zloty. That's roughly 1,600 Polish zloty a month. And where does that money go? Almost 80% is spent on the basics: food, housing, and education. Even as Poland's economy has grown, inflation on these essential goods has hit families hard. This leads us to the biggest barrier of all: housing. Imagine you're a young adult ready to start your life. But you can't find a place of your own. You're not alone. A staggering 2/3 of young people in Poland between the ages of 18 and 34 are still living with their parents. It's a trend that has been increasing every year. The reasons for this go back decades. After the fall of communism, the government sold off state-owned apartments at rock-bottom prices. This created a generation of homeowners. But it also left a huge gap. When the government pulled out of building new housing, the market stagnated, and now there's not enough affordable land or homes for the next generation. The result is a fundamental intergenerational inequality. The same assets that made the previous generation secure are now keeping the current generation from starting their own families. But this isn't just about money, it's also about a deep cultural shift, what some sociologists call the second demographic transition. For decades, Polish society was shaped by the idea that marriage was the foundation of adulthood, and children were a part of that journey. But now, personal fulfillment and career goals are taking center stage. The most obvious sign of this is the age at which women are having their first child. In 1990, the average was 22.7 years old. Today, it's 29.1 years. This isn't surprising. Women have more access to education and career opportunities than ever before. But this shift has a predictable demographic effect. If you wait longer to start a family, you are likely to have fewer children. The most striking evidence of this cultural change comes from a recent University of Warsaw study. It found that over half of young people from Gen Z would not want a child, regardless of economic conditions. This suggests that children are no longer a life priority for a growing portion of the population. And this is a trend that no amount of financial support can fix. If you're finding this deep dive insightful, please hit that like button. It helps us get this story to more people. In 2016, the Polish government tried to combat this decline with one of Europe's biggest pro-family programs, Family 500+. The idea was simple. Give every family a monthly cash payment for each child to help them with the costs. It was an unprecedented investment, accounting for almost 2% of the country's GDP, and it worked in a way. The program was wildly successful at reducing child poverty and inequality. But on its primary goal, boosting fertility, it largely failed. Its effect was modest and short-term at best. And here's the paradox. While the program helped older women, aged 31 to 40, who were already planning to have children, it had the opposite effect on younger women, aged 21 to 30, whose fertility actually declined. Some research suggests these young women may have viewed the program as government pressure, and they felt more comfortable delaying childbearing, knowing the money would be available later. The policy also had a significant unintended consequence. It gave women with low education an incentive to leave the workforce, reducing female labor force participation. In a further twist of fate, other government actions, like the tightening of abortion laws in 2021, have been cited as another factor that discouraged people from having children, adding a layer of distrust and insecurity. So, where does Poland go from here? The stakes are incredibly high. The demographic winter is not just a social crisis, it's an economic one. By 2060, Poland's working-age population is projected to shrink by 40%. This will place an immense burden on the country's social security and healthcare systems, with nearly 70 retirees for every 100 working-age people. One potential solution is immigration. The country has seen an influx of Ukrainian refugees in recent years, but even this has not been enough to offset the population decline. Experts estimate Poland would need almost 2 million new immigrant workers over the next decade to maintain its current ratio of workers to retirees. But large-scale immigration remains a contentious political issue in Poland. The story of Poland's demographic crisis is a cautionary tale for all developed nations. It shows that a nation's strength isn't just in its economy or its military, but in the confidence its people have to build a family and a future. The solution, experts say, isn't just cash payments, but a comprehensive strategy that tackles the root problems: a lack of affordable housing, a need for better childcare, and institutional support that truly helps modern families balance work and life. What do you think the future holds? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to see more deep dives like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss our next video. Thank you for watching, and stay curious.